You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree. We are living through unprecedented times with a global pandemic now approaching its third year. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. To see if you qualify, please visit. Call 313-388-9799 or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Marion, we have a caller that's on the line now, so why don't we take this caller? Good morning, caller. You are on the line. Thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. And caller, you are on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Caller, you there? Caller, you there?
What didn't happen?
All righty. We'll see if there's something going on, and we'll ask that caller to call back. If there's a problem, our engineer will straighten it out. All right, so Marion, you went to a block club meeting last night, yesterday, and I think you all meet at the Highland Park Fire Station.
Yes.
So we've got some folks that's supposed to be calling in and giving us some details about that, but tell us a little bit about the block club meeting that you attended yesterday.
Well, I'm telling you, our block club is growing, Maureen. We have over 20-some people that are members of the block club. And you remember, we just got started back just recently.
Yes, I remember that.
And people are so enthusiastic when they come in there. The fire department greets us every time. And people have volunteered to make sure we have snacks and what have you. But it really brings a different kind of awareness in the community when it's the people that's living in those areas begin to notice certain things and have a place to go and
Raise those issues.
Raise
That's
the
good.
issue and participate in case there's some problems that they see that all of us could work out together. They were talking about education even yesterday, and being able to have those young people. It's been a long time that the young people haven't had the opportunity that they used to look forward to in schools and what have you. So they want to get the kids started early rather than late and that type of thing.
Well, I remember a long time ago, you were very involved in a program of grandparents teaching children, and that's when I think it had been happening, but it looked like all of a sudden the actual parents of little ones in elementary school were unable to stay in the household for a number of reasons, and then these grandparents were tasked with teaching these children how to write, how to read, do math and whatnot, and
they
looks like that's coming back, huh?
Yeah, and see, within the our block club, we have several teachers. And and that's good.
Very important.
So, you should see the number of people that come out, where that area off of Woodward Avenue is gone. And it's gone.
Okay.
And it was because of the block club calling in to the city and daily and what have you.
Okay.
That does not fit with the people of Highland Park, not being able to turn left off of Woodward
You're
Avenue.
talking about going up and down that street.
Yes, right.
Marion, I think our engineer has found
The problem.
what's going on with that call-in. Caller, are you on the air now? Caller, yes, caller, you on the air? Can you hear me?
Oh, hi.
Yes,
Linda
you are
Wheeler
on
with
the air.
Highland Park update.
All right, thank you, Grand Rising. Let's hear a report from you, and good morning.
Good morning. There's quite a bit activities in Highland Park.
Now,
Let's
caller,
see.
I hear an echo. Are you on your speakerphone?
Okay, I just cut it off.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we
that
can
good?
hear you. Go ahead.
All right, so the Community Day,
Oh, yeah.
Highland Park City Council Resource Day. That's tomorrow, Saturday, July the 9th, at 12050 Woodward Avenue, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You know, and the council is giving out resource information. I remember in years past they would have a mobile DMV truck. They gave out food, high blood pressure checks. The dentists were there, and just a lot of, you know, fellowshipping and, you know, goodwill with the city and the residents.
Yeah, resources. Yeah, we remember those days. So now that's tomorrow. You said 12050 Woodward.
That's right.
Okay, and that's from 10 until 2.
10 until 2. Now, here's
Okay.
another community day on the same day.
Hold on just a moment. Our engineer says, do you have your TV on?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, listen,
Because,
the engineer
at one
just
time,
left out
we
the
weren't
back.
able to get the sound.
Yeah, the engineer just left out the back door. He's on the way to your house to turn all those things off, okay? Now, you want me to call him back and tell him he don't have to go?
He don't have to do that.
Okay, all right. Now turn that TV off, the speaker off, and put the dog on the porch. Go ahead.
But you see,
Go
about
ahead.
10 minutes in your program, there was no sound to your show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I had a few callers call me and said, I can see the pit, I can see Maureen and Marion,
Can't
but
hear
I
us.
can't hear anything.
Well, Tim, the engineer, is here, and he's in rare form, so he's fixing up stuff, and looks like he's got the telephone working, and the sound is coming out of the microwave. So, you know, whatever happens, he figured it out, so it's working now. All right, now, Grand Rising, go ahead. So we got this event tomorrow, and it sounds like fun. Go ahead.
Here is another community day for Greater Filipina Tabernacle here in Highland Park at 74 Kendale, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're giving back to the community. Free food, fun, fellowship, and so much more.
Okay, and when is that?
That's Saturday as well.
Oh, both of them are Saturday. Okay. Okay.
Both 2 community days.
All right.
Now, Sunday, second annual Highland Park Community Day picnic. I don't like to use the word picnic, you know, but this is what they put on the flyer, so I've just got to repeat.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's Sunday, July the 10th, 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that's at our famous
You mean
Rachel
10 a.m.
McKenzie.
You mean 10 a.m., don't you? Because if
They've
it
got
starts
10
at
p.m.
10 o'clock at night,
They've got 10 p.m. to 7 p.m.
and I think they mean 10 a.m. to 7 in the evening. And what event is this on Sunday?
This is the second annual Highland Park Community Day picnic.
Well, you know, it's hard to picnic at night, but maybe you all in Highland Park, maybe you all have started something new, Tim. They got a 10 o'clock at night picnic, so you got to bring your flashlight. See, and what you call them things? You got to bring a lantern and some gasoline, because you're gonna have to light a fire so that you can see what's going on. So it sounds like from 10 until 7. Okay. Otherwise,
it's from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Oh, noon. Okay, so noon till 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Hallelujah. And it looks like we don't have to have a flashlight or gasoline. We ain't got to start no fires. So if we get there at noon, we can see each other. Very good. All right. Boy, Highland Park just got it jumping. Okay.
Yeah, you know we always do. We always take it to another level, whether we mean to or not. It happens.
Okay.
We'll be
Okay.
at 10 Pickett, you know, Ernest P. Ford Fieldhouse,
Okay.
honoring role models, mentors, Sam Mims, Luther Holt, Anita George, Tyrone Buchanan, Emmanuel Johnson, and Roger Waterhouse.
Okay.
There'll be a bounce house, face painting, arts and crafts, games, live DJ, free food, beverages, cotton candy, and popcorn.
All right.
Wow.
Sounds like a full agenda. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And all that's on Saturday.
This is Sunday
Okay, this is Sunday. Okay,
at the Ernest T. Ford.
okay.
At the
But
rec
the
center
first
up on
two events
Pitkin.
is Saturday at the City Hall,
Okay.
and then on Kendall, at the
Okay.
Greater Emmanuel Church.
All right. All right. Well, sounds like lots of activities, family-oriented activities going on. 2 locations on Saturday, 1 location on Sunday, and sounds like Highland Park is alive and well.
We are just at alive and well and lifting as we climb.
Sounds like a plan. All right. All right.
May I give a tribute, a memorial to Sue Norander, the director of the Ernest T. Ford Fieldhouse. Her mother passed,
Oh.
and Thursday, June the 30th, was the funeral.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Fine woman too.
Boy, hate to hear that kind of news. There's nothing like the loss of a mother. Nothing like it.
Mary
Yeah.
Louise Norlander.
Okay. All right.
And
well,
it was at the Most Holy Redemption Church in Southwest
West
Detroit,
Yeah.
over on Junction Avenue.
yes, I know it well.
And you know what was so amazing? The repast was also at a nice,
And what?
community hall
Okay.
there in Southwest Detroit.
Okay.
They had a mariachi man, Maureen, and Mexican food.
I know you
All right.
enjoyed yourself.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yes, we
mariachi
did.
live band. If you
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
experienced a mariachi band before, you've missed something. Yeah.
It's
So
nice.
That's right.
okay, okay. Well, prayers to Miss Sue's mom.
Right.
My goodness. All right. Well, so all we can do is
Understand.
stay prayed up around here lately.
And
Don't
she's
you know?
gonna be highly missed when
Yeah.
you walk into that.
Her mom.
Because she would be with her mother at time
Yeah.
at the center.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, Grand Rising, is there anything else you need to share with us? Did you go to the Block Club meeting?
Oh, thank you. I almost forgot.
Okay. Updates.
The Cleveland
Yeah.
Block Club.
What happened?
We're showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
We meet twice a month on Thursdays at the fire station here in Highland Park. And we've got a really, Marion, you can tell them how excited and active and just so full of energy our residents are on McLean. Please tell them.
Oh, look, they don't be ready to go home. They are not never ready to go home. And we cannot stay past a certain time at the fire station, but they are very helpful also. They be so happy to see us coming in there. But, I really appreciate the members because they come in with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And they leave with enthusiasm. And they bring so many things that we need to do for Highland Park. And not at the, and people are really wanting to not only, deal with Highland Park, but to get to a point that we can help even other areas, around in
That's
there.
right.
So what are the items that were brought up last night?
Oh, thank you for asking. One of our guests, a special guest Thursday, was Chief Police
Chief
of
Police.
Highland Park,
Yeah.
Johnny Thomas.
Okay, and what
You know,
was...
he's a very nice man.
Okay,
And
Okay.
and he's
Originally from Detroit.
transparent, and he explains everything thoroughly. It's all on common sense understanding.
all right. So you met the police chief.
He's willing to
Okay,
come back.
And he's coming back in 2 weeks to give us a resource sheet of all the department
Right.
phone numbers
That's good.
in City Hall.
So 2 weeks from yesterday is the next Block Club meeting. What time does it start?
We start at 5:30.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, Sounds like again Highland Park is pulling all the strings together. Okay.
I want to give a sneak invitation. August the 27th, the Clean Block Club is having a block party.
Yes, we are.
August the 27th.
That's right.
We have a long time to get ready for that. Okay.
More details. But you know, with our block club, Thursday, we talked about Citizens Patrol, Neighborhood Patrol. He said that we can train us.
Citizens Patrols.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's willing to train us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We need to always hear more details about activities so that our viewers, our listeners can be aware of what things may be coming and what they need to be prepared for. So 2 weeks from yesterday, yesterday was what, the 8th, whatever it was.
7th.
The 7th, and 7 plus 14 is 21. All right, so on the 21st of July is the next
right.
block club meeting
That's
at, what'd you say, 5:30?
5:30 to 6:30.
5:30 at the fire station.
In my listening ear, please
Go ahead.
organize a block club.
Yes.
Be strong with the block club if you do have one. But you know, the block club is the backbone of the city.
Used to be.
It can become that way again and even greater. You know.
Okay.
But just you talk to your neighbors. If you just get 3 or 5 people interested, build from there. But
Good.
please,
Good
get
advice.
the block club back and going in the city. You know.
Okay. Good advice.
And tell them about who our president is.
Oh, our president is Kathy Jordan. And her mom just had a 96-year-old birthday drive-by party.
And she used to be
Wednesday.
a judge in
Yes, she
Detroit.
was Judge Claire Rich.
the block club president used to be a judge?
That's the
mama.
mama. Her
Oh,
mother,
okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well,
Mr.
all
and
right,
Mrs. Richardson.
Madam Grand Rising and Madam Baker. Is there anything else we need to let people know about Highland Park activities?
No, you're invited to the festivities.
All right, well, we heard them today then. All right, thank you, Grand Rising. As always,
you.
we are in debt,
Everybody,
and thank you so
Be
much.
safe. Wear your mask.
Every day.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, 8680342, 8680351, 8684336. And caller, looks like our engineer is on the job. Caller, thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, you're on the air.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you now. Good morning.
Lots of things in Detroit. We got a cop was murdered. We got a water affordability plan that the more impoverished you are, the less water usage you are allowed. You have to pay about $4.50 for the over usage per usage that goes over the mandate usage.
Well, caller, that is not a water affordability plan that the city is rolling out. I don't care what they call it, but it's not a water affordability plan. But thank you for mentioning it, because as a matter of fact, Marion and I are going to a meeting today directly after the broadcast to take a look at these details that the city is offering, but it is not a water affordability program. It's another one of those assistance programs where, if you get involved, this will happen, that'll happen, and when the money runs out, you can run out too. So it's not a water affordability plan. So
Excuse me, just to add to that, remember the politicians come out during time they want us to vote for them, and they tell and they lies get real wide, and they've been lying for the longest. Look, the city of Detroit need to sit down and understand that the people are not going to take this for too long. This nonsense. First of all, Maureen, the man came out and said that he was going to provide houses for low-income people. That's gone.
no, they did.
What they, not for low
for
income.
$2,800 a
That's right.
month. Then that's supposed to be low income.
And that was the beginning of his particular way to tell people I'm still here and I'm running for office again at your expense. You know, and now they're talking about the water. They lying on the water affordability plan. Now, you know, Brown need to go somewhere else. You know, and live and leave the people in Island Park as well as in Detroit alone, because eventually all that stuff gonna come to a head.
That's right. And Ken Locke is another spokesman
Yes.
for getting the information to the people to sign up for the affordability plan as well. Then we got the reparations joke, where you got a team that's supposed to still study reparations.
Well, we've been studying reparations for a long time now. We've been for a long time, you know.
And we still
And we still studying, and we still don't have none. Yeah. It's been going on a long time.
Has no ending.
You know, there's no end to the amount of study that has to continuously go forward, you know. But Carla, thank you so very much for raising that water affordability situation, because it is not a water affordability plan. We're gonna
I think we the people are gonna do some kind of
yes
legal
response.
legality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
All
back
things
if
are
something
coming.
Come up.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
All righty. 868-0342, 868-0351, 868-4336. And caller, you are on the air. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You're on the air.
Good morning.
And good morning.
Janet White, Janet Spike White.
That-
Boy, have we missed you guys.
Well,
Friday
Tim,
mornings
did
are
you hear
back.
that? Tim is
No,
shaking his head. Thank you very much for being persistent.
She be there every week.
Okay.
And I just wanted to mention something regarding my nephew, Larry Neville, has restarted. Have you heard that group? What's it called? Omicron? Miriam?
Say that again.
What's the name of it again?
Was Larry Neville.
When he was alive, yeah. What?
And what's the name of the group you just mentioned?
Miriam knows the name of it. Is it
I don't know the name.
She
Is
forgot.
Omicron? I think it's called
Omicron?
Or something like that.
Okay, no.
something like that, and where they're reaching out to all the young blacks or anyone that's in need. And he told me they started meeting, and they're going to pick up from where that group left off.
Okay.
Good.
And they've been in touch with all the older members, so I didn't know if they've contacted you yet, but I gave him your name.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
another young man trying to reach out.
Yeah, that's
And,
good.
you know, for young people's rights in Detroit and Highland Park.
that's a
He's
good
busy
thing.
in Highland Park also.
Okay, that's a good thing. We're going to want to hear some more about that as the weeks go by.
Yeah, they can get him on your show if you're ever interested.
Okay.
Okay.
All
That's
righty.
real good.
Okay, well, I'm just glad to hear you guys this morning. Yes.
Wonderful.
And I'll
Thank
be
you.
listening.
And thank you so very
Thank
much
you.
for calling in.
And
Thank you much.
for being on the forefront in Highland Park and trying to keep us going.
Okay.
Oh, and the same to you guys.
All right now.
Thank you.
And thank you,
Bye-bye.
caller. 868-0342, 868-0351, or 868-4336. Okay, thank you very much. And the engineer is on it and figuring out what to do. So, if you're looking for us, you give us a telephone call on one of those numbers that we just mentioned, and we will entertain conversations, 868-4336. 0351 or 0342. Marion, there was a police officer that was shot and killed
Yeah, I heard
night
that.
before last. And, I was talking to some people about this. Apparently, the young man who committed this murder shot out of his, I don't know if it was his apartment or his flat, but shot out of a window and aimed the bullet, of course, an assault rifle again, a military style assault rifle, and aimed it at this black police officer and shot him while he was in the car. And the bullet hit an artery, and you don't have but minutes, after that happens to see if you could get some kind of help, and he did not survive this. But you know what, Marion, what I was thinking about is that there is a pattern developing. So this young man, and I'm trying to look at his history, he got some troubled past and some issues, lawlessness in his past, but he was 19. And right now, folks are saying this might have been one of those suicide by cop situations where, a person shoots at law enforcement in an effort to prompt a response that's lethal. But this one was 19. Last week, we had a guy in Highland Park, Illinois, who was 21. And he's shooting people. And on the internet, my life is ruined. The things that I used to depend on that I thought should come to me are not coming. And then a couple of weeks before that, we have an 18-year-old in Uvalde shooting third and fourth graders. He's 18. And then 2 or 3 weeks before that, we have another 18-year-old in Buffalo shooting people coming out of the grocery store. So what the devil is going on with 18, 19, 20-year-olds where they believe their lives are just of no value? So, I'm going to respond. I'm not getting the kind of notoriety, the kind of support, the kind of a lifestyle I think I should be having. And so what I'm going to do is make a splash. And the splash I'm going to make is not a good one. It's a splash about bad things. Same kid up in Oxford, 17 years old. And I think, I listen to all of these, what they call them, red flags. I want you to say something about this, Miriam. All these red flags that they're talking about, all these evidences and pieces of information to show that they're always men, always white men. Now and then you'll find a person of color, but it's usually white men. And when I say 18, that means a teenager. So they're 18, 19, and 20, so upset with the world, so upset with their circumstances. And the young man up in Oxford, let's see, his dog died, and the mother and the father were not getting along, arguing going on in the house, unfriendly activities going on. Couldn't get a date. That always shows up, anti-women. Couldn't get a date to go someplace. And with all of that going on, especially this newest situation, the young man in Highland Park, Illinois, that had 2 suicide attempts, said something about killing all the members of my family, all these trouble signs. And the response to that is, Marion, boy, that kid has got this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this wrong. Why don't I buy him a gun? I don't understand how you get to that. We're going to go buy him a puppy. You look like he need a kitten. But go buy a gun.
They knew it because they bought it for them.
But I'm saying to go get a gun and put it in the hands of your family member who you see is having some difficult times.
How is that going to do anything about his mental illness?
You wouldn't be able to live in my house with me.
Nuh-uh.
With all these things going on, you might be mad at me about something, and I'm dead. So, and they all had access legally to an assault rifle.
Yes.
And of course, the National Rifle Association is already talking about this. Doesn't have anything to do with the gun.
Oh,
yeah, it does.
People, please start looking at the news. And I know at times you want to throw it out the window and stuff, but you got to have some kind of communication with you, or come out to some of these meetings and stuff. where you can learn what's really going on. You need to, you know, this, every time that happens, you see more and more young people trying the same old thing.
It's a pattern.
A real pattern with that, and then you'll sit around. Well, I told him to do this, and I told him to do that. Well, if you knew that your child had
troubled.
trouble, you need to get someone that he can talk to. And and the other thing, Maureen, if they don't know who to talk to, you know, we'll find a way at Welfare Rights to send you to some that you and that young child
Well,
need
wait a
to go
minute.
to.
This is not a Michigan welfare rights issue to solve. Don't be trying
No,
to send
we
some
ain't
people
trying to
down there
solve it. We
so we
ain't
can
try-
fix this. This ain't us. You know. But I don't understand the fallback position when you see a person might be troubled and having some
And it's a lot of
psychological
them.
issues. Why do you want to get them a gun? Where does that? I don't understand that connection. You know. How come you're not thinking about let's go buy him a puppy?
What we talked
let's
about
go get a
that
kitten.
over and
I
over
understand.
again. And they ain't going. The kitten and the dog got more sense than a lot of us.
Well,
You know the way this thing is being acted.
I don't understand
And the
it, you know.
police, the police, they get on the camera and they drive you insane. How they be acting around the situation.
we got
You
a
know
cop
the
that died
problem.
last night.
You know the problem is there. Why you're not going after those guns?
Well-
why you and I don't give a what
People call on the Second Amendment right. You got the right to
and-
have a gun.
and look, if
but what
that-
is the need to have an assault gun?
and they know that.
Why? And see, they make that a Second Amendment issue. You have the right to have a bazooka.
And
a
we have a
Gatling
right
gun.
to live too.
You know?
And the children have a right to live out here and enjoy life.
I don't know. Maybe they don't.
Look,
Don't look like they do
well,
anymore.
Maureen, I don't want
This
to
is
hear
terrible.
that. These children don't have a future because society is not doing this job.
It's something. It's something to
Doing
look
this
at
job.
now. Shinzo Abe, Shinzo Abe, the former premier of Japan, got assassinated yesterday.
Oh, really?
Shot him twice in Japan, and you know, the whole country in Japan is holding their head. Oh my God! And they started talking about the number of gun-related activities in Japan for the whole nation, Marion, is less than 10 a year. This just doesn't happen there, where somebody gets a gun and goes and shoot people. For the whole nation, fewer than 10 gun-related activities in Japan every year. And all I could think about is, apparently the shooter, they grabbed him, tackled him to the ground, and it was a homemade gun. He put something together. But I thought, anybody that watches what goes on in the United States of America, they getting an idea. You can just, you don't like what somebody said, you don't like the little rap guy that was making jokes and people didn't like the comments he was making up in Ypsilanti, went to his house on the side of the house and shot and killed him because they didn't like the jokes he was making about some of them. And we got this pattern now. 18, 19, 20, I don't like what you said. They're talking about Will Smith slapping, what's his name on TV? And that introduced a whole nother level of violence. You don't like what somebody is saying, you can slap them and you can punch them. The violence. And it keeps going on. And, the police chief in Detroit, very emotional about all of this and, talking about how the whole police department is in mourning. But he said something, and he started that first day, is too much violence going on in America. Too much violence, too much shooting. And we need to do something about all this shooting and violence. Then he went on to make another statement. I don't know why police officers are being targeted. Yes, you do.
Give us a break.
Yes, you do know, because we've got a Michael Brown shot and killed by police. We've got Trayvon Martin. Well, that wasn't a police issue, but we've got time after time after time, we have police officers who are bad. And all I could think of, the police department personnel, you and I, we know a whole lot of cops. and care for them very much. But like the police tell everybody else and collar them coming straight to you. If you see something, say something. Police need to follow that too. If you see a bad cop and you know they're not doing
You need
right,
to do
you need to
something
do
too.
something about it.
You need to arrest them.
You know,
right
what are
there
you
on the-
doing?
on the-
You know?
where they
So,
are.
caller, you've been very patient. Thank you for waiting and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, you are on the air.
Oh, well, thank you so much, and you are so right. I enjoyed listening to you all on Friday. And you know, yesterday I attended the police commission meeting, and the reason that I went was because there are many who will call in and those on the commission who will complain about what the problem is, but they don't think about the education of the next generation.
Yes.
And Hood Research has adopted a school. And we can't adopt the whole DPS, but, you know, you start where you are. And others can do the same thing. We help by tutoring the children. You know, the third grade is targeted for those they want to come to prison.
Yep.
For that profit-making trick that's going on. And we want the children to know that we care about them, support them, and we want their parents and families to know the same and to get them involved in community activities.
That's right.
Last fall, we gave a hayride for the children.
Oh, that's nice.
And this year, we did a demonstration of the drones. I mean, a commercial drone by a licensed pilot.
Okay.
We bought a few and raffled them off for the kids. But the kinds of things that make a child want to come to school, excited about being in school, that's my school, you know, and make them excited about education.
Yep.
And then, you know, with the drones, people can become drone pilots and make $50,000 a year.
That's the new industry. That's
new
the new
technology
industry right there. That's
Absolutely.
the new technology. Yeah.
And also let them know that air traffic controller, the FAA has a program where they'll pay $60,000 a year while you're in training and moving up.
That's a good job.
Oh, wow.
Hey, but, you know, that's the
go
kind
get
of
that one,
information
Maureen.
that
No.
we need to pass. We need to motivate and excite the people in our community and let them know yourself now more than ever. And the power in your hand is not a gun, it's the vote.
Very, very well said. Voting is very important, and we coming up on it. We're coming up on it, you know.
Be careful of the candidates.
You know, now,
right.
Find out who they are.
first.
And what,
Right.
Yeah.
do.
That's
Now,
right.
Theo, what's happening? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mary. Theo, what's happening tomorrow with the Hood Research?
Oh, tomorrow between 3 and 6 p.m., we're going to have our phone conference call. You don't have to leave your home, don't have to leave your backyard, your easy chair, or your bed. You just, if they don't have pen and paper, they can Google Hood Research and get the telephone number.
Okay.
If you do have pen and paper now, just write down 1-978-990-5000. And the access code is 338729. Press the pound key and you'll hear us talking. We talk about all kinds of issues that are affecting us now. We encourage people to call in and share their information as well, because together we can work on solutions to help make a better quality of a life right where we live.
Thank you, as always, Miss Theo.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right,
You're welcome.
let's figure out how to keep it going, okay?
All right.
And thank you so much.
And give us some of your energy.
All right, now, bye. Okay, 868-0342, 868-0351, 868-4336. Now, we got this water affordability discussion that you and I and some other folks are going to engage today. We just heard Theo talking about a session, some of it is in person, and some of it, I guess, is virtual. Reverend
was good.
McCarthy and others are pulling together some things around voting. Now we've got an August 2nd election, and some bitter kinds of information is being shared online about some of these candidates. So, Marion, your advice is very clear. Be careful. Caller, thank you for being patient. You are on the air, caller, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You're on the air.
Good morning.
And good morning.
This is Gracie from Highland Park.
Hey,
And
Gracie.
good morning, Miss Gracie. How are you?
Well, I've been upset.
Tell us about it.
Okay, on Saturday, July 2nd, 100 members of a white nationalist group called the Patriot Front,
In Boston.
they actually marched in downtown Massachusetts.
In
along the
Boston.
Freedom Trail.
Yeah, in Boston. Yeah.
Right. Now, we haven't heard that much about it, in the news, but they claim that the police didn't know about it. That by the time they reacted to it, the march had cleared out.
Yeah.
Now, that seems really strange.
Yeah.
Because anytime that people march for freedom, the police are right there. And this is just so upsetting. The whole right wing wave that's happening in the country. Here you have the
Supreme
people trying
Court
to control a woman's body. And then you have these groups like the Klan, the Patriot Front, which is, just a KKK group,
Now,
trying
Miss
to
Gracie.
control our freedom. So I just wanted to, to react to that.
Well, some of these
glad you
folks
did.
are saying that these alt-right groups, the Proud Boys, the Patriot Front, the Weavers of Democracy, and all the rest of them, that they are in lockstep with the Supreme Court's decision because they are interested in as many white, blue-eyed, blonde babies as possible being born to slow down the browning of America. Now, if that sounds familiar, Miss Gracie, you remember those days over the years. I call your house and looking for. I didn't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your husband because me and Wooten were watching the World War II in color. We watched that
Right, on the History Channel.
on the History Channel. We watched that. Chuck, you got it on? No. What? He called me. You looking at it yet? No. Let me turn it on right now. And that this whole concept about the browning of America, and you will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. Those horrible things come straight out of Hitler. Straight out of Hitler. So what you're talking about, and I did see that, Marion, I emailed that to you, which means you ain't going to never look at it. I know how you are. All right. But these are 100 all white guys marching in Boston and without a permit, okay, without a permit. And did you see also, Miss Gracie, where they came around one of those corners and one of those black artists, a young man was there and they beat him up?
Yeah, because I didn't mention that, but right. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they were just given freedom to do their march.
Freedom
You
to terrorize the
Time to
community.
do what they want to.
Yeah, all of that, So,
Just like that. What was his name? The guy with the gun during the demonstration, Wilder or whatever his name
no,
was.
I know exactly who
just
you
walked
mean. You
up
talking
to the,
about
police.
Kyle Rittenhouse,
Right.
17
Call him
years
Rock
old.
Wilder.
Well, he is a Rock Wilder. That's what he is. But that's the one where the mother had to drive him from Illinois or wherever he was, had to drive him
drop
across
him off
state
there.
lines and drop him off so he could work with the police. That's what he said, because he didn't go to the police station. He went to the demonstration and killed folks and shot folks and was found not guilty. That was a sign. That was a sign that things are
the
changing.
sickness that is out here. You know, I don't see how even DC or
Are you relaxed?
Oh, I'm very relaxed.
Okay, well you just
DC the many states and what have you are allowing that type of stuff to happen. They forget that someone in their family can get hurt also.
But they don't think about
and
that.
They don't care.
They don't think about none of that. So right now, Miss Gracie, it looks like the pendulum has swung the way of conservative, white nationalist, kind of activities. You know, Chauvin got his comeuppance yesterday, cause his assault in terms of thank you, sir. In terms of violating George Floyd's human rights. He was found guilty. Well, he pled guilty. So he still got 21 years to go along with the 22 years because they're running consecutively. But Miss Gracie, there's nothing wrong with your vision. There's some things that are going on out here. And, what are we going to do? Here comes an election. And if I listened to, and Miss Gracie, if you saw it or heard it, or Marion, there are 4 or 5 Republicans running for governor of Michigan. And they've had 2 debates already. And Miss Gracie, did you watch or listen to any of that yet?
No, I didn't.
All right.
But, I did see this, it's a black person who's running. He's not running in Michigan, but he's been running a commercial where you have black people in KKK uniforms or costumes, really, and he's saying that they're Democrats who are trying to prevent us from having our freedoms.
That's
now, here's a
awful.
black Republican running a commercial like that.
That's awful. That's awful.
That's outrageous.
The decorum and any kind of sensibilities of running on your record or running on what you think should happen, those days are gone, Miss Gracie. We're now running on commercials with black folks in KKK garb.
That's crazy.
But these 4 Republicans that were on TV, all they talked about is how Governor Whitmer, how she ruined the state because she shut down businesses. But they never during the COVID, but they never talk about how the governor wrote checks to those businesses.
All of them.
To all of them.
And came back and still did it again.
And the employees got a check.
Yes.
And she extended unemployment benefits and trying to get unemployment back again in Michigan to go through the rest of the year. So they don't mention that part, but this is all about.
It's crazy.
It
just
is.
a lot of it's
crazy.
just a lot of propaganda, because this whole thing about recession. Like the news is saying. I mean, the economists are really saying that you can't even talk about a recession when you're talking about the lack of unemployment. There's a lot of there is employment.
Yes.
If you have employment, the economy is growing.
Yes.
So what is all this talk about recession?
Just what you said, propaganda.
Yeah.
Propaganda, craziness.
And how can, like I said, I've been really upset. And then you have, policemen firing 80 shots at one man with his back to them.
Yeah.
How can that happen? 80 shots and 60 of them hit him.
His attorney.
So, how can you 8 officers?
8 officers, and you don't know how many each one shot. We did hear that one of those officers, the bullet clip was empty, and he got another clip and put it on the gun and continued to fire. So, you know, you got this one guy that jumps out of a car in a ski mask trying to conceal his identity, and he was stopped for a traffic violation. Then you got the other guy who dressed up as a woman, got up on the top of the building and murdered 7 people, shot another 36 or 37, and 8 hours later when they found him, he gave up right away, but he doesn't have a scratch on him. You know, so there are issues, Miss Gracie. There are definitely, thank you, there are definitely issues and things we need to pay attention to, that's for sure. My goodness. All right, Miss Gracie, always wonderful to hear your voice.
But
You know, sorry you're concerned about this mess.
That's Gracie. It's good. that
All
you
of it
put
just
out
weighs
there.
so heavy,
Yeah.
you know, on your heart, you know, and, you know, we have to keep fighting and
Yes.
letting people know,
Yes.
you know,
No
about
choice.
what's happening and trying to figure out any kind of way we can put our foot into the struggle, because it's so hard
Yeah.
to figure out where you best belong, you know, into the struggle, even though you know that you need to be a part of any kind of
Especially with
struggle
so
for
much going on. Yeah.
freedom.
Thank
and
you.
And how about the last thing I'll talk about? is
You
this whole effort
you have
to
30
ban books.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, ban books. You know, I went ahead and bought. I
banning
had
the
the
books.
you know the first copy of 1619
Yeah.
Project, but I went ahead and bought the hardcover, which was the addition to it,
Yes.
because I said, what, these people out here trying to ban books because people are telling the truth about a history of black and other colored people in this world. I mean, this is like outrageous.
Straight out of Hitler. Straight out the Hitler
You're right.
handbook. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Gracie, we're tuning down to the last couple of minutes as always. Always happy to hear your thoughts. And we got to stay in the fight no matter how we feel. We have to stay in it, okay?
All right.
All right, dear. Thank
Thanks
you
a
so
lot.
very
Thank
much.
you, Gracie.
All righty, Marion,
Thanks
you
for letting
have
me know.
1 minute to make your final thoughts clear.
I want to say to these women that are in the forefront here that usually call in and give us information, how much we appreciate you participating, because it's so much out here. And, you know, the rest of the community need to get involved also. That's why within our block club, we say once we finish a project, you know, we're going to try our best to help some of these other folks out here. That Maureen, when you had a block club at one time, and I kind of remember that. But, you know, we need to be friends again, not just friends, but, you know, a part of
together.
working together and making sure that we don't have to wake up and find out that somebody else been shot. Wake up. That's constantly. That's the first thing you hear on the TV first in the
First
morning.
thing, yeah.
But we want to give a shout out to those women that's been right on target and keeping
Okay.
this program going.
All righty. Last week we had this information, but I'll say it very quickly. Folks are getting food stamp cards, an
yes.
additional food stamp card that has $400 on it, over and above their usual food stamp allotment. And what has happened is that there's somebody always that is starting to duplicate and clone those cards. And when you know you had a card, because the letter came before that to tell you there's $380 additional money for this month and next month, and you took that card when you got it, and you went to Myers, you went to Kroger's, wherever you went, and tried to use that card, and what you found out, it was not $380, it was $280 or $180, and you didn't do anything about it. And you should have. So people are calling us down at Welfare Rights, want to know how are we going to fight about this. You got robbed. Somebody stole your food stamps, but you don't want to do anything. And we're telling people, go file a hearing. Well, I don't know if I want to do that. I might get in more trouble. Okay, we are not going to fight for you if you don't want to fight for yourself. But Marion and I are trying to let you know today That extra food stamp card is legitimate. It came from the government. You're supposed to use it to feed your family. If it's got a different amount on there than what you understood, you should file a hearing because somebody has stolen the amount of money off of your food stamp card. Don't call us at Welfare Rights talking about what are y'all going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? My name is Maureen Taylor. This is the weekly broadcast of Ask Welfare Rights. Thank you so very much for listening and commenting. And Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We will be back next Friday. Bye.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree. We are living through unprecedented times with a global pandemic now approaching its third year. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. To see if you qualify, please visit. Call 313-388-9799 or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.